Alright guys, so what I want to talk about today is the Gunslinger versus the Samurai. Just facts, not much of my own opinion of it, as much as just showing you what the two are. And this is the model in which they are putting out now as far as the Gunslinger, and this is the Samurai model. So when I first started using something like the Gunslinger, I was using a demo from Richie Blue, and that was this right here, which is, as far as size wise, a little bit smaller, length, width definitely, as far as the compartment size here, is quite a bit different between the two. I would say that now I can fit a mop in here and the water will not come over any area on the outside, unless you just, in the hot summer, really using a lot of water. With the Samurai, I've never had any sort of wet leg or anything with that, either with the final model of the Gunslinger. I did have it with the demo, but the demo is kind of no concern now because that's not being sold. The Samurai, as far as putting squeegees in and T-bars in, fits a lot of different situations. You can fit a 22-inch mop very easily. The nice thing is it's set outside of the squeegees, so that's kind of what helps you keep the dry leg. And any water that does drip off will drip off the bottom. You might get few drips on your ankles, but you're going to leave every job with a dry leg. Of course, on any job with any bucket on a belt, you always need to be cleaning up water underneath you. In houses, you should always be having a drop cloth or have some way of keeping the water from getting on the carpet. As far as squeegees that fit into this, Blacktail High Flyers fit really well. You can do Sorbo squeegees. Any squeegee is going to fit, including like wide body channels, slim channels. And even this is the slot where you can have a combination tool and then a squeegee, but you could also just put the squeegee in. Simple as that. As far as the belt, this tightens and untightens. What I have done with mine is I went ahead and brought it up and put the Moorman clip belt on it, and just took that loop that is on there holding on the buckle and put that through there. So what I actually did was I took off the loop that was on here, took the strap, which you can tighten and untighten, put that around that, and then put that Moorman clip on top. I was just so used to having the Moorman clip really tight to the body that for me, I just didn't like any sort of swing. That's kind of why I got rid of like the Ninja bucket, because that had a swing. The Pool X bucket has a huge swing to it. I just like to have it tight. But with this one, what we're talking about, you can easily fit your 22-inch mop, 18-inch mop, squeegees of your choice, right? And they fit nicely as far as when they rest. Larger squeegees go out at an angle, so they're not running into your body or running into your armpit. Even with larger channels at 36, I don't use a 36-inch channel, but it could work with something like this. Even as big as contraptions, say you use one of these, the backflip from Ettore, you could fit one of these in there, right? Sometimes I use this for jobs that are super hot. You don't have the time to bring it down and do the squeegee. You can put it like that out there. You can fit in, here, another squeegee here, right? So you have so many combinations with the Samurai. As far as the Gunslinger, pretty similar as far as you can fit pretty much the same amount of squeegees. What I've done with this is kind of the same idea as the Samurai, is I put my mop on the outside. I will put in a squeegee in the back. The cool thing about this, that's a lot different than anything else out there, is also now what they've done is like this tip jar area is an extra slot for squeegees. So you could put another squeegee there, right? If you wanted to, you could put another squeegee in that one. And then what I've also done when I've used this is taken my detail squeegee and put that there. So overall, you'd probably be able to fit more squeegees in here than the Samurai. You can also put, you know, a combination tool here in the back instead, right? So that kind of runs you through the ideas of what you can do as far as putting squeegees and mops and all that good stuff in here. But let's talk about durability. Durability of these, I think the Samurai is going to last you longer. Why? Because it's plastic. This is fabric. This is hand sewn. I don't want to say anything negative about either one, really, because there isn't really anything negative about them, because they both have the same purpose, okay? But I can tell that there will be some stitching that will come loose on this. But I have to say, Reach It has already kind of taken care of that issue. So I wouldn't be too worried about that. Price-wise, this is $100. Samurai is $50. So think about this. You could actually have, two Samurais for the price of one Gunslinger. So if you wanted to, and I've actually done this quite a bit, is you could wear two Samurais. And you could have two mops, 4 channels, 2 combination tools, and 2 channels. You could have a lot of combinations if you wanted to spend $100 on bucket on a belts. You could buy 2 of these or 1 of those. As far as cleaning them, this is going to be way easier to clean, where the Gunslinger is definitely something where they suggest do not put it in the washer, but they do suggest, you know, wiping down the inside, wiping down the outside when you're done with your day, just making sure the water's clear. What I do is I just unbuckle it like that, clean out the bottom with the towel, clean out in here with the towel, clean out here with the towel. The fabric in here is really good. I'm not sure of what all this is made of. You know, I did do a, when it was called the tip jar, a review of that when it came out, but I'm not sure what they might have changed as far as all that stuff goes, if anything. This is definitely pretty larger, I think. You can see the size difference. Let's put the strap down, the strap that I have. You see the size difference, okay? So this on your side is a lot bigger. I would say you don't really notice the size difference between the two, having them both on. I've worn them both for over a week each, and that really wasn't an issue for me. The cool thing about the Samurai is when you put your mop in and you have that divider in, okay, the water is not building up in the bottom like the water is building up in this. So with the Gunslinger, you're gonna have to empty out water every once in a while, especially if you're in a house for a long time. Empty out your water. This is a lot larger than the demo, the area down here, so you can hold a lot more water on here, but you don't want a lot of water sloshing around in there. The weird thing about the Gunslinger, I would say, but it's not like a factor that would keep me away from it, is that the mop doesn't reach the bottom like the mop reaches the bottom in this. Like, I've never had trouble before having water build up so much that I need to dump it. I always just dump my bucket on a belt at the end of every job. So with something like this, the water that's in the bottom is just soaking into the mop at the bottom, which the end is in, right? Where with this, when you're going like this and your mop is wet, you're kind of straining that water off of it, and it's going down here into the bottom of the Gunslinger. So then it's building up down there. But this is not long enough to go all the way down to the bottom. There it is in the handle. There's still that much more space there in the bottom. That's not too much, but if I was using an 18 like I usually do, right, that was a 22, I have that much room in the bottom for water to build up, which can't soak into the mop. So maybe later on they change it and make it a little bit shorter so that the water that's down there you really don't need to tip out, but is soaking into the sleeve. that could be an idea for the future. Why would you buy each one? The Gunslinger, I think, is more of a bucket on a belt that either owners are going to buy or people that are really, really into window cleaning and really kind of, you know, like to have all the different tools. I think the Samurai is very similar, as in, you know, the Mowerman or Pool X buckets. Like, everybody's going to buy them, because I would buy these for everybody in our company, because they're going to last. They're not going to break. The dividers are the biggest question about these breaking. These don't come out. So these are going to last longer, in my opinion. In my opinion, they're going to last longer than the Gunslinger. I can't tell you that right now. The other one, the demo that I've had for a good 6 months now. Haven't been using it really the last month, but I mean, this has lasted fine. I haven't even washed it once. But in my opinion, if I had a company of 20 guys, I would buy this. Because why? I'm going to get, for the same price, I can get 20 of these. I can only get 10 Gunslingers. So, and this, I know I can replace the straps. You can buy replacement straps. You'll be able to buy replacement dividers if those break ever. And they're both not going to break if they hit the ground, but these ones are just a little bit more durable. That's just my simple fact on it. I bought a Gunslinger just because I enjoy all the different window cleaning tools, and I just like trying everything out. It's simple as that. And for me, it works great. For me, both of them work great. My big thing was having a dry leg, and they both do that. So overall, you know, you just have two very different type of bucket on a belt here. Really like the window cleaner enthusiast that really likes different tools. And, you know, look wise, this looks pretty cool. You can get a lot of different fabrics. This now you can also get in red, blue, pink. So you can get a lot of different colors in this too. And I bet there's more colors coming as well. So that's a cool thing about this. You could even, you know, if blue is your company's color, then you can all get blue buckets on a belt and have those. So as far as changing anything on any one of them, I really want to change much. You know what I already explained. I brought up the clip of the belt on this Samurai to this, and that's something I would suggest doing. That helped me a lot, just as far as being tight to the side. And they both fit on the belt great, any belt. I use a Husky Carpenter belt, and it fits great on there. This loop is large enough. I don't know if it fits onto the Unger Ninja belt, which I know is a pretty big, large width belt. Couldn't tell you as far as that goes. But if you have any questions about these, comment below. Try to help out as much as possible on them. Both great products. They both really, really are. I hope I've answered most of the facts about them. So hope you all have a good day, and we'll talk to you guys later. Peace.